And welcome back. We're going to where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where we roughly ended off the last stream in the cabin here. It's sounding a bit windy. Assuming I can get my bearings together, it shouldn't be a problem that it's windy. It's a thing. Particularly big or bad thing. I think I've already picked up everything I need.
Something's gotta go.
Take with me. Yes, I apparently even have the food on here, which is why I picked up the lantern. We'll eat the smallest fish first. Biggest one. And hydrate. Okay, so I could probably go back to sleep for a couple hours, but that's just going to make it colder. Let's try to get underway instead. So the plan for this stream is we've gone ahead and finished up mapping this region. So now it's time to head to this is the map. Which basically means leaving Ash Canyon, leaving Timberwolf Mountain. So the first steps are just going to be moving back into Timberwolf Mountain with woodworking tools here. We're going to leave the woodworking tools in Timberwolf Mountain. At which point we'll figure out if we're light enough to descend back into Pleasant Valley. Not. Well, we'll have to do the inventory triage, because that's what we're going to do, is we're going to descend back into Pleasant Valley. And then the question really comes down to, do I continue mapping, or do I head back out to Coastal Highway to fill myself up on vitamin C and work towards the next trader quest? That's 30-40 minutes in the future, so I'm going to worry a little bit less about that and focus more on getting back to Pleasant Valley first. We did just eat a bunch of fish in theory, so we're not too worried about vitamin C. Well, I suspect we're not too worried about vitamin C, so running back down to eat a bunch of fish is probably not a rush job. So could take the time in theory to map Pleasant Valley. If you're mapping Pleasant Valley, mapping the lower dam area would not be bad ideas for this stream. We'll see what our supply situation is like once we get out of Timberwolf Mountain. Do I have to leave a bunch of supplies behind in Timberwolf Mountain? I might head back down the coastline to pick up more supplies. Yeah, it was probably a good idea not to rest in place. Well, I could have had another like 2 hours of sleep. That would have just made the world colder. And this is, for Interloper, this is pretty good weather. We're just going to walk the dog here. Where we're going, we'll should in theory outwalk the dog, going where we're going. But yeah, so as far as the Long Dark is going, Interloper is going well. We've already mapped the bit of marsh here. We finished Ash Canyon, so I hope we mapped the bit of marsh. There's definitely some mapping that could be improved to make it look better, but we'll leave the making it all look better for going for 500 or 1,000 days. Whereas just simply getting the maps done for Faithful Cartographer, I think is what I'm going to prioritize first. Oh yeah, that's a deer. Why is the wolf stopped?
So cold.
But yeah, the goal right now is to get back out into Timberwolf Mountain, which we can do. And then we're going to do a little bit of inventory triage once we've dropped off the woodworking parts. Let's see if I can not miss the turn here. I think this might be it. Unless I've already missed the turn. May have missed the turn already. This is not normally the way I leave Timberwolf Mountain. Normally I leave via the cave where we started the previous stream. But then usually I'm leaving after picking up the backpack, so my goal is actually to go visit Timberwolf Mountain, the peak of Timberwolf Mountain. So I come in this way. I don't remember there being a bridge there. Okay, I've probably gotten turned around. Yeah, if there's a bridge, that's the bridge. I missed the turn. But yeah, usually this is not the way I leave. Because usually my goal is, I've just hit the gold mine, the goal is to hit the Timberwolf Mountain peak. And if you're going for the peak, it's smarter / easier to just go out the cave exit, then come back in the way you went. Because usually I enter from this side and leave by the other side. But today we're doing it backwards. We're leaving by our entrance. So we're taking a little bit of condition damage here, but this isn't a real problem. If for no other reason, we're going to do some climbing at some point in the near future, which is a good way to burn fatigue. Sorry about the breaking commentary there. My mustache was being itchy. But yeah, the climb is a way to lose fatigue. Oh, that's a moose. Did not know the moose was down here. We're not going to deal with the moose. So being able to get some condition back from just resting to recover from the fatigue loss would be a particularly reasonable way. So I'm not too worried about taking a little condition damage here. Be more worried about actual conditions than condition damage. So, getting like mauled by that moose would be real bad. So the 20 or so % condition damage per hour is not too bad. As long as we've got a destination in mind. And I have found the turn. This is the way back up. Took a right when I should have taken the left. There's the transition. Campfire was from happening earlier.
I might have to drop some gear.
Try and decide if I want to go to the cabin or if I want to go to some place where I can warm up in a cave before heading there. Yeah, I might go to the cave to warm up. Instead of going straight to the cabin. That way I'm not rushing to get past wolves or bears. Both of which I'm likely to run into one of the two types on the way into the cabin. So that would normally be the way we'd be going if I was going to go straight to the cabin. But I'm going to go duck in a cave over here and warm up. And I might, in theory, while we're here, do some mapping in the ravine. Not so sure about that latter thought process. Let's see. Depends on the weather is. How long it takes for us to warm up as well, because obviously it usually doesn't let us map in the night. So let's not run up on limbs. Chasm Cave, which I think will be, for our character here, that's just warm, and it is. The question just comes down to what do we want to do in the cave while we're warm. Not worth sharpening. Probably not bright enough to do any of the tool stuff. Looks like it's just passing time. So the most productive way to pass time if you're not going to start a fire is probably just to curl up in a bed. Oh, and we of course get an aurora when we're down here. So we could map.
I wonder if I can drop
Buffer
any of this gear.
memory. Sit here until it basically clears up for you, so you could read it if you're trying to read it. Made it down somehow. Okay. Didn't make it where he wanted to, of course. Made it here. So it's an aurora. So my original plan is not going to work because, well, it could work. I could probably safely navigate back there through an aurora. Just if I screw up, then I'm going to get mauled by a bear or jumped by a wolf, and I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Never mind. We're gonna walk this wolf. So as long as I'm careful, this wolf won't get me. Also, as long as I'm careful, worst case scenario, I can just turn around and shoot with a bow. But yeah, so this wolf is going to follow us, which is not ideal. On the other hand, that means the only thing that might jump me, because I know where the wolf is going to be a bear. So if the wolf suddenly stops following me, we know we've walked up a little closer to the bear than I would like. But yeah, if we're getting where we're going, there is a door on it, so we can slam the door in that wolf's face. Take it away from it. Turning around every once in a while to make sure it's sufficiently behind me. Because with walking the dog in this situation, what you want to avoid is it getting too close to you. Which, as long as you walk at a constant, reasonable speed, it will never get too close. But if it gets close enough, I'll probably need to sprint for a short bit to open the gap a bit. We must have lost the wolf. Yeah, because it would have been following us up the slope by now.
Damn.
Yeah, the cabin here is basically straight ahead, so we're going to try to get to the cabin safely. In the Aurora. Which isn't as bad on Interloper as it would be on Stalker. Stalker, this would be real bad. Sounds like there's a wolf behind the cabin. And over there. Crow fly over. Not circling. Which, well, there are wild rumors that that indicates something. All it really indicates is that it's the weather that crows can fly. Okay, almost there. Destination in sight. One, two, three, maybe four wolves over there? Not sure about the fourth one. Good thing we're not going to that corner of the lake. So yeah, okay, if we were to collect enough cedar firewood, we would be allowed to repair the roof. As well as various other things we could do here as well. Some of which might actually be worth doing. But we are leaving the woodworking tools here in case later we do want to repair that roof.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
If I had tools, we'd probably repair that hacksaw, but I don't. By tools, I mean not woodworking tools. Yeah, this Aurora is probably a good opportunity to repair my boots. Nice, big step in the right direction. In fact, if anything, it probably says we should do it one more time. If we have the opportunity.
Too heavy.
Okay, now we got a nice repaired set of boots. Oh, those are decently repaired too. Okay. Don't have the stuff here to do the bear hide repairs. Though it is coming up in time to do those repairs. What I was trying to check when I was in there was what was the state of the gloves. That's probably fine. If we had ready to go guts, I would repair them, but we don't, so I'm not going to worry too much about them. Coal and stick and... Okay, so we don't have enough to repair the fire here, but we don't need to. Or don't repair the building here, but we don't need to. While we're here, we probably want to leave behind fuel and sticks. Get our weight down, and apparently that's getting the weight down low enough. Apparently most of my weight was just sticks. So now we're just waiting out the storm. Really? Yeah. Waiting out the storm. I might take the advanced guns with me. Okay, so we have our character sleep until the daytime, then we can head out in the daytime and safely exit into Pleasant Valley. Okay, it's windy, but we can work with windy. We can work with windy. Worst I'm going to run into is I'm going to have to walk a pair of wolves to the transition zone. Yeah, let's head out. So, other than wolves on the trip that I'm taking here to leave Pleasant Valley, the one thing I might run into is the moose. So basically I'm going to keep my eyes on the swivel for the moose, not because I want to deal with the moose, because I want to not deal with the moose, and for birch bark. There's a little bit of birch bark along the way here. which is always nice to pick up when you see it. Well, I suppose the one landmark I haven't mapped in here, because it's not required to look darker, is I haven't mapped the purpose cabin, and purpose cache. I believe there is one, I just forget where it is. And we may have to, at some point, come back for it. But when we have to come back for it, we'll have to actually come back for it. So at that point, I need to remember where it is.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
Okay, don't like them taking condition damage because the condition's not particularly high to start with, but we're going to push through and get into Pleasant Valley. Maybe hope the weather improves a little bit once we get there. Because I'll probably warm up a bit in the purpose cache in Pleasant Valley. And then we'll go on to mapping some Pleasant Valley, probably. Didn't need to leave any food behind, other than... Well, I left fuel behind, basically. I didn't need to leave food behind. We should be good to just start mapping as soon as we get there, if the weather is playing along. So this battle will do sprinting to get us where we're going. Just to avoid some damage taken. So we're obviously almost there, because that's the transition fire we used to map the transition. Oh, I should suppose opens up a good question. Did I map the transition on the other side? I did. Oh, I haven't really picked up that many sticks. I have. Okay. I'm already overweighting it? The answer is yep, you've picked up that many sticks. Well, the question is, I'm going to add to the stick pile. The answer is probably yes. 3 more sticks on the stick pile. And down the rope we go. Okay, so map-wise, we're on day 174. This is what Pleasant Valley looks like, so we're obviously missing some things in Pleasant Valley. far as faithful targets for going, what do we have mapped and what are we missing? 13 of 26 places. We've got about half mapped. Missing Cascading Falls, Contemplation Bridge. Contemplation Bridge is, I believe, the one between Pleasant Valley and this bridge. I believe it's here-ish. Contemplation Bridge. Missing Contemplation Bridge, okay. And of course, when I clicked out of it, it reset everything, okay. Cascading Falls, Contemplation Bridge, Derelict Cabins, End of the Road. I know where End of the Road is. It's the cabins I'm thinking about. Derelict Cabins probably is. Hilltop Cave, Long Curve, Lower Falls, Pensive Pond, Picnic Spot, and Signal Hill, Three Strikes Farmstead. Oh, I know where Three Strikes Farmstead is. The cave system. This is the transition cave system up to the dam. To keep your path south. Okay. I might leave the advanced cabins just to lose a little bit of weight. And there shouldn't be anything useful in here. Well, there's a little bit of cardboard, I suppose. And pans and stuff if we wanted to get some more scrap metal. Alright, let's pass a little bit of time just to warm up fully. And then I'll probably head out. But looking at the time, this is probably actually a good time to put the part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. I am trying to keep these 30-40 minutes, and while this is a shorter episode, closer to 30 than 40, if I keep going, I feel like there won't be a good place to break until it's well after 40, so this is a good place to break. If you're watching on Twitch, I will continue recording, take a slight moment to take a break and like scratch my nose and stuff like that. Until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.